Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading A Childe Listener by me. So let's get into it. Child. Child hardly ever argued with you. Most of the time he was very accommodating, very understanding and very sweet. It was why the two of you had mostly a peaceful relationship, without any arguments coming into your way. But they were bound to happen, as they were in any relationship, of course, and it was expected. However, you did not think he would be so stressed. He wasn't trying to scare you or anything. Maybe he had gotten a little bit angry, but he's never been once violent with you, not even now as you argued, which makes your reaction a little bit strange and even worrying. It had all started when he had told you not to go out to that party, and you had went anyway. It's not because he was being overly protective or anything, but he just knew it would end badly. He had some intel on an operation that would be run there. He couldn't tell you because it was meant to be kept a secret. And yet, you had snuck out from behind his back, and basically you found him there, actually threatening to kill people and hurting others as well. He would never hurt the weak, of course, only those who dare to fight him. He gives a warning, but once it's not heeded, he feels like it's fair to go. But even then, seeing him like that, it was something he never wanted for you. He never wanted for you to see him in that manner. To think that he was a cold-blooded, heartless killer, it was the furthest thing from what he wanted. The two of you looked back and forth at each other, but he ignored you the entire time, doing his best to keep the operation in mind. And once the two of you were home, the fight began. Seriously, Mayan, could you not listen to me for once? What I asked for was not even that hard. I don't understand how you still managed to mess that up. You you didn't tell me any details. You just told me you didn't want me to go, and I was free to. If you didn't want me, then you should have said the truth. You just lied to me. I didn't lie. I just omitted some details because I didn't think I would need to tell you. I didn't want you to see me like that. Well, that just makes it worse. Why were you doing that? You were being so awful there. You shouldn't have. I don't care what you have to say about this, Wayan. You know my loyalty to that Saritsa, and I will always fulfill her orders and obey them. Child, I told you. I told you to try not to do this. And yet you... Oh, I feel faint, you say, and immediately, whatever argument the two of you are having, it doesn't matter any longer. Because he wraps his arms around you tightly, holding you close to him. Oh, darling, I'm sorry. What happened? Are you going to be alright? I didn't mean to make you upset. You know that. Let's just carry you to bed, he says. There is so much guilt in his heart. He truly didn't mean for this to happen. But it's too late now, so he might as well just deal with it. He takes you to his room and holds you close. By the time that he actually gets to your room, he realizes that you've actually passed out. He'd managed to catch you before your eyes closed. So now that he's holding you, it's a little bit too much for him. He feels awful for being the one to drive you to that point. He never wanted to scare you or make you angry or anything that could stress you out so much. And yet, it seems like it got to that point purely by accident. He feels guilty for doing such things. Most of the time, he tries to be nicer, to be kinder when he can. But not every time he has the luxury of such choice. Working as a harbinger means you will see a lot of bloodshed, means you will create it too, and you have to acknowledge that. But he had done so long ago. Providing for his siblings mattered much more. That's Saritsa's wish. It was also more important. And for those two, he will do just about anything. But you, what has he done for you? Where were you in that equation? When you came into his life, what should he change? He doesn't know. There are far too many things that are too much to change now. The only way you can do things now is to just minimize the damage, so you won't be hurt in the process. But right now, seeing you passed out on his bed, and seeing how sad and betrayed you looked like, it was too much for him, and a little bit too sad as well. He couldn't handle that look from you, but he knew that there was not much he could do either way. So, the only way to do things right now is just to have an honest heart to heart and hope, sincerely hope that you can understand, that you will be able to see what he's trying to do, to see the greater goal. And when you woke up, he was right by your side. Of course he would be, waiting for you as he always would. He would never leave you alone in such a state. Sweetheart, are you fine? I was a little bit worried. It was a little bit sudden what you did. Well, I guess I'm okay. Sorry I passed out like that. I don't know what came over me. It's fine. No need to apologize. You didn't do anything wrong. He holds your hand, squeezing it gently. Look, I'm sorry for doing that. And I'm sorry for not being honest. I really am. I promise. And I'll do my best to be better in the future. I'm not saying I will stop doing things that you don't want. It's inevitable that I will at some point. But I'll try to do that less. Or at least let you know what I am. Whatever you decide to do after that, that's your choice. But I love you. And you don't deserve to be lied to. Not at all. He says. And although you're a little bit hurt by the truth, you know he's trying his best. And that's all you can ask from him. And if there is honesty between you, and the love that is still there, you're quite sure that the two of you will persist either way, no matter how difficult things may be in the process.